So next we go to distribution theorem. So the theorem states that a moment which is applied to a structural joint to produce rotation without translation gets distributed among the connecting member at the joint in the same proportion as their stiffness. So the theorem states that a moment which is applied to a structural joint to produce rotation without translation gets distributed among the connecting members at the joint in the same proportion as their stiffness. So to understand this, let us consider some members meeting at a single point or meeting at a joint. Let member AO, member BO, CO, DO and EO meets at a joint O and they are rigidly connected, and these members are rigidly connected. Now let the length of this member be L1, this member be L2, this member be L3, L4 and L5. The modulus of elasticity of this member, this be E1, and the moment of inertia of this section be I1. The for OB member, the modulus of elasticity be E2 and the moment of inertia be I2. For member OC, let it be E3 and I3, for member OD, let it be E4 and I4, and for member EO, let it be E5 and I5. Now let moment M be applied at the joint O. Now when this moment is applied at joint O, it so as per the distribution theorem, this moment gets distributed among these connected members based on their stiffnesses. Okay, so when moment M is applied at O, this moment will get distributed among these connected members AO, BO, CO, DO and EO. So here members OA, OB, OC, OE, OD and OE are rigidly connected to joint O. Now since the members are rigidly connected at joint O, since the members are rigidly connected, means the angle between the members will be preserved even after deflection. So if this is the angle between the members, let us say this is the angle between these two members, this is the angle between these two members, so when it is deflected, so let us say this is the deflected shape. Let this be the deflected shape. This be deflected shape. So the angle between these members will be preserved even after deflection, since the members are rigidly connected at O. Okay, so since these members are rigidly connected at joint O, the slope, so the slope between these members, let us say the slope between slope, this be theta A, this be theta B, theta C, theta D and theta E. So these will be same because these members are rigidly jointed. Let me show you. See, if this is the member and if this is the angle between these two members, let us say alpha. So this is before deflection. And since the members are rigidly jointed, so after deflection, if we see, it will be this angle, this angle will also be alpha. Okay, because they are rigidly jointed. So the angle before and after, angle between the members before and after deflection, it will be preserved. So, so that is why whatever amount of rotation this member will undergo, same rotation will be this member will also undergo. So if this is theta, this is also theta. So you can say theta A equals to theta B equals to theta C equals to theta D equals to theta E. Okay, mark this as number 1. Now, if moment m is applied at O, if m is applied at O, then according to this, this moment, uh, so so if moment m is applied at O, then let m1, m2, m3, m4, m5 be the moment shared by members OA, OB, OC, OD, OE. So we can say M will be equal to M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4 plus M5. That means if moment M is applied, then out of this moment, the moment shared by this member will be M1. The moment shared by this member will be M2. Moment shared by this member be M3. Moment shared by this member be M4, and moment shared by this member be M5. Okay. We don't know what value of M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 will be there. Our aim is to find what will be the value of M1, M2, M3 and M4, and then we'll prove this statement that these moments are actually proportion to the stiffness of the members. So now, since we know that theta A will be equal to, note that this member A, OA is actually fixed, is rigidly jointed. So theta A will be equals to M1 L1 by 4 E1 I1, because it is far end, because its far end is fixed. Similarly, theta b will be, far end is, here far end is hinge, here it is fixed, here it is fixed, this is hinge, this is fixed. This will be M2 L2 by 3 E2 I2, because far end is hinge. Same way you will have other values. Theta c is again fixed, far end is fixed, so it will be M3 L3 by 3 by 4 E3 I3, because far end is fixed. Theta d, you can write theta AO, theta B or OB instead of OA, OB, OC and OD. Same here also, we can it would be better to mention this as OA, because this is on the near end. OB, OC, OD and OD, OE. So OD will be equal to M4 N4 by 3 E4 I4. Again, far end in this case is hinged. For this member it is hinged, and for E member it is OE member, it is fixed. So theta OE will be M5 L5 by 4 E5 I5, because far end is fixed. Now, since theta OA equals to theta OB equals to theta OC equals to theta OD equals to theta OE, because rigidly jointed at A, rigidly jointed at O, we can put the values of theta OA and OB. So theta OA will be M1 N1 by 4 E1 I1 equals to M2 L2 by 3 E2 I2 equals to M3 L3 divided by 4 E3 I3 M4 L4 by 3 E4 I4 equals to M5 L5 by 4 E5 I5. Okay, so now we can write this You can write this as M1 by 4 E1 I1 by L1. This can be written as M2 by 3 E2 I2 by L2. M3 by 4 E3 I3 by L3. M4 by 3 E4 I4 by L4 equals to M5 by 4 E5 L5 E5 I5 by L5. Now what these terms are? 4EI by L. 4EI by L is the stiffness when the far end is fixed. Okay, 4EI by L. Hello. Lecture. So when far end is fixed, the stiffness is 4EI by L. When far end is hinged, the stiffness is 3I by L. So you can see these are nothing but uh, M1 by K1 equals to M2 by K2 equals to M3 by K3 equals to M4 by K4 equals to M5 by K5, where K1, K2, K3, K4, K5 are the stiffnesses of member OA, OB, OC, OD, OE respectively. Okay, so that is K1 is equals to 4 E1 I1 by L1. This is the of OA member OA, K2 is 3E2 I2 by L2, that is stiffness of member OB. K3 is 4E3 I3 by L3, which is the stiffness of member OC. K4 is 3 madam. K4 is 3 E4 I4 by L4, that is the stiffness of member OD, and K5 is 4 K5 is equals to 4 E5 I5 by L5, which is the stiffness of member OE. Okay, so now we know that this from this let us say this is number 2. So from number 2, now 2 implies M is equals to M1 plus M2 M3 M4 plus M5. Now what is M1? And sigma k, let sigma k be the sum of stiffness of each members. So K1 plus K2 plus K3 K4 plus K5. So in general we can write this as, for n members rigidly jointed at O, then we can write this as M1 by K1 equals to M2 by K2 equals to M3 by K3 equals to so on Mn by Kn. Okay. And we can also write M1 equals to K1 by sigma K times M, M2 equals to K2 by sigma K times M, M3 is equals to K3 by sigma K times M, M4 is equals to K4 times sigma K times M, and M5 is equals to K5 by sigma K times M. Okay. So in general we can write Mn is equals to means moment shared by the nth member will be equal to Kn, that is the stiffness of that nth member, divided by sum of the stiffness of all the members connected times the total moment applied at the common joint. So this is what the distribution theorem states. This is your distribution theorem. Where Kn is the stiffness of nth member, sigma k is the sum of stiffnesses of all the members connected, and m is the applied moment. Applied moment at a joint. O. And Mn is the moment shared by nth member Okay, so this is about distribution theorem. If you have any doubt, we can discuss now. So this can be actually equated to m by sigma k. So any doubt in this?